So, are you all looking at this? I guess apparently we're not the only ones.
Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose. Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Welcome, everyone. With all the hubbub going on in the world, the chaos, the destruction, the arguments, the hate, I figured let's take it in a little bit of a different direction. And was speaking upon some individuals, and of course, the topic of furries had come up. So we delved into animals, and we're like, I wonder if different aquatic creatures could get high. And while looking for that, we came across this article for our Australian Geographic, and this is from back in 2011 here, and we'll bring it right up. As we can see, animals getting high. 10 common drunks. They're not all drunk. Some of them are also getting stoned. And I see you there, Jensen. Welcome, Mr. Quinn. Thank you for joining us. We're changing it about, and for all of you who may join in the future, because, well, this is a topic that I'd probably totally click. Because I totally clicked it, so we're doing a video now. And as we look at how cute a little wannabe there. Mind-altering buzzes, whether from sweet fermented fruit, magic mushrooms, or coca leaves, have existed since the beginning of plant and animal life. Many species deliberately seek out intoxication and natural highs, and they know where to look to experience them. Quote, the capacity to enjoy alcohol or inebriation of any kind is not a unique product of humans, end quote, says Professor Gisela Kaplan, an animal behavior expert at the University of New England in Armidale, NSW. It is quite a fact that possible that humans discovered it because of animals. As we can see, we are of animals, we are with the animals, and apparently we like to get drunk like animals. So, as some dude on YouTube once said, so let's just jump right into it. So, as we can see, number one, Wallabies on Opium. I stand by that. Sounds like an amazing band name. Kind of like, was it Amish Wolverines, which apparently I look like the other week when we were doing a little shaving of the old beard over there. But as we can see, wallabies in Tasmania have been seen falling around and hopping in circles, apparently high after feeding on local poppy fields. In 2009, the then State Attorney General, Lara Giddings, told a parliamentary estimate hearing, we have a problem with wallabies entering poppy fields, getting as high as a kite, and going around in circles. That sounds like a major problem. Tasmania is the world's largest producer of legally grown opium for the pharmaceutical industry, and when food is scarce, the wallabies survive by eating the plant's intoxicating heads. Nom, nom, nom. This show does not promote drug use in animals, humans, this, that, or the other thing. I am not a doctor or a local vendor that may sell such things. Consult your own. Number two, monkeys at St. Kitts. Velvet monkeys at the Caribbean island St. Kitts have a long history with alcohol. They once devoured fermented sugarcane grown by the rum industry, but now they're known for cheekily scavenging cocktails from tourists along the beaches. Studies of their behavior have found the monkeys' drinking habits are similar to those of people. Most drink in moderation, but around 12% drink heavily. 5% drink excessively, and a small group reject alcohol altogether. Juvenile monkeys also tend to drink more than adults. So when I first read that, I'm like, you saying people like monkeys? Well, the monkeys are like people. I don't know. I see you there, Dave. Hey. That would be a separate list. And actually, thank you for bringing up Dave. Shout outs to my patrons, Dave, M, and Joe Franco. This broadcast is helped made possible by viewers like you. I'm gonna have to hit up MC on that because he covered a story about apparently there was a drug dealer that had an attack squirrel that he was feeding methamphetamines. Do not feed your squirrels methamphetamines. They will become highly aggressive. I am not a veterinarian here. As well as Mr. Jelly Duck. Welcome, Mr. Jelly Duck. Do not feed your ducks anything that they should not be eating. Back to the article. So, number 3, elephants and the marlua tree. It's long been believed that African elephants got drunk off of the fermenting fruit of the marla tree. The 1974 documentary Animals Are Beautiful People showed the 3-ton mammals swaying and falling over after binging on the fruit. But a 2004 study by biologists from the University of Bristol in the UK argued that while elephants clearly have a soft spot for alcohol, in India, herds of drunken elephants have trampled people to death after binging on locally produced Vats rice beer. It was unlikely the marla tree was potent enough to make them drunk. The researchers did suggest another intoxicant associated with the tree could be making the elephants tipsy. So apparently they're arguing upon the actual chemical compounds that would make said pachyderms a wee bit tipsy. And just within the same paragraph there, they're like, we're arguing over this, but a whole bunch of drunk elephants in India have trampled people to death. Should probably avoid getting elephants drunk. Make sure they're of age consenting pachyderms. Consent is important, as well as welcome the View Chaser. Welcome, my friends. Welcome one, welcome all. As we're going over this article, the link is in the doobly-doo below if you would care to check it out, about the top 10 drunken/intoxicated animals from back in 2011. So, as we jump back over here, reindeer and magic mushrooms. There's something about that statement that just rings in the ears. Reindeer in Eastern Europe deliberately forage for and have been known to fight over the hallucinogenic and highly toxic Amanita muscaria mushroom. The reindeer have a desire to experience altered states of consciousness, wrote scientist Andrew Haynes in the Pharmaceutical Journal. The bright red mushrooms are considered poisonous and can cause dizziness in humans. So to avoid any nasty side effects, Siberian natives would get high by feeding the fungi to the reindeer, then drinking the animal's urine. This is where the classic, let's get high on reindeer urine must have come from. Moving right along. Number 5, bighorn sheep and, let me close this ad, bighorn sheep and the narcotic lichen. Wild bighorn sheep in the Canadian Rockies will go to great lengths to find a rare narcotic lichen that grows in green and yellow patches on uncovered rock surfaces. After scraping the rock with their teeth to remove and eat the stuff, they appear ill or a bit mad. Ronald Siegel, a California-based psychopharmacologist, wrote in his book Intoxication, the universal drive for mind-altering substances, that the sheep, usually a social species that doesn't stray far from the herd, will negotiate narrow ledges, knife-edging outcrops, and dangerous talus sides just to get a hit. So these sheep that are roaming around in the mountains are literally risking life and limb in order to get high. It raises the very serious question of, once they get their hit, how the heck do they get back? Do they just chill? Or is that why we tend to be like, oh look, it's that thing is crazy, look at where it's going. I mean, is it really just high? Is it just hopping around while high? It's all right. One would think that's not a smart idea, but depending on your species, some creatures can hold their liquor better than others. We'll get to that in just a moment. Back to the article. Songbirds in Vienna. Feasting on fermented berries and then flying can be very dangerous for birds. In 2006, 40 songbirds were found dead in Vienna, Austria. Postmortem showed their bellies were full of rotting berries and their necks were broken after crashing into windows. According to Sandra Whaley, a spokesperson for Vienna's veterinary authority, their livers were so badly damaged they looked like they were chronic alcoholics. All right, I have a real quick personal tale for this, just because one of the places I used to work at, a gentleman told me a story that we had a similar situation. We had some particular trees that were put in. Their berries would get kind of ripe. Apparently they'd start to ferment. The birds would eat them. The birds would then fly into our windows and we'd be removing dead birds. I'm not sure if that was the exact cause, but there seemed to be a causal relationship here. Again, I am not a veterinarian here, but Here's the thing, my man. Wait a second, I thought if you drank enough, you got a pink elephant. Or maybe that was only on TV. I don't know. I usually don't. I usually doesn't that last that long. I usually end up getting a little. Now, hey, we don't know. No, I believe that was just standard mutation there. Let's not hate upon Rudolph's immutable characteristics. Back to the article, because I think you guys are going to like this. So, look, balloons. Number 7, bats can hold their liquor. Bats in Central and South America regularly eat fermenting fruits with up to 4.5% ethanol. But unlike most animal species, they have the good fortune of being able to withstand the effects. People often slur, sway, and stagger when drunk. But a 2009 study by Canadian biologists found bats in Belize could fly and use their built-in sonar with unimpaired coordination whilst drunk. They tested 106 bats, some sober, some with blood alcohol contents that would exceed legal limits for people, but found little difference in their performance. So, what you're saying is bats can hold their booze. I'm totally going to suggest this to Professor Brett Weinstein because he was a bat biologist and he likes bats, and I enjoy trolling people on the internet about certain things that may lead to interesting conversation. Why? Because this is how we learn, and learning is important. Why is it important? Because we like to be entertained. At least I know I do. As we bump back over to the article here. Jaguars and the hallucinogenic Yage. I'm going to go with Yage because I like Naruto. Yage vine. Jaguars in the Amazon rainforest sometimes part from their meeting ways to gnaw on the bark of the hallucinogenic Yage vine, Banistoprolis akapi. It causes them to act strangely, similar to the way cats behave after they've had a taste of catnip. The vine is also used by Tongal Indians in a narcotic brew, which induces what they describe as jaguar eyes. It's beautiful. It's actually an amazing thing. Again, the means of destruction is not condoning any type of hallucinogenic use. Speak with your doctor and loved ones. As we can see here, number 9, the pen-tailed tree shrew and the Bertam palm. The Malaysian pen-tailed tree shrew, Pterocoreus elawi, has evolved to survive on the fermented nectar of the Bertam palm, which can reach around 3.8% ethanol. The rat-sized creature can drink as much alcohol for their weight as a human, knocking back 9 beers in one sitting without showing any signs of drunkenness. Frank Wiens, a German biologist, put the palms under 24-hour surveillance and found the animals spent about 2 hours per night guzzling the alcoholic nectar. So, what you're saying is a bunch of pen-tailed tree shrews are professional alcoholics. Well, can't say this surprises me. As we wrap up with number 10, caterpillars and their coca. Oh, that's right, folks. The caterpillar larvae of the Aloria nordici moth, found in Peru and Colombia, feeds exclusively on coca plants, eating as many as 50 leaves each day. Wow. Most insects avoid the bush, which is the raw ingredient of cocaine, because it can make them severely ill or kill them. But U.S. studies comparing the dopamine receptors of silkworms and caterpillars have shown the latter are completely resistant to the drug. Colombian researchers have argued this quality can make the caterpillars a valuable asset in the struggle to destroy illegal coca plantations. Yes, that is correct. As we wrap up with our little caterpillars there, and we'll go back to the little wallaby because he's adorable. Look at him there. He's just chewing on his leaves and everything like that. He's just getting drunk as a skunk. The skunks get drunk? These are good questions we're going to have to ponder. I'm not going to lie, there was something about stoned lobsters below that. I feel like that may have been against their will. Then again, I'm not a crustacean expert. I just enjoy eating them. But, hey, that's all we got for now. We're going to start having a little bit more fun. We're going to be jumping around a little bit here or there, maybe a few more appearances by some folks. And we're just going to try to just ease into it, as well as discuss science, entertaining things, and try to put a bit of a positive spin on things, because people seem to be going completely nutty bananas. I feel like we have a lot of people that have been going nutty bananas, and now just more people are just kind of entering the four-way. So people just need a little bit of hope. It's, welcome, Eleanor. Welcome. I am actually a half-Jewish dragonkin on this internet of stuff and things. This is where we come from. Where do we go? Hey, I think that's up to each and every one of us, as well as Keishel. Keishel, I always miss you. I'll say hi to everyone there, and all it's like hi means. It's like, I feel like such a dick. It's like I said hi to everybody except the guy that says hi to me every time. So, but I digress. Well, I'm going to finish this up for now. I still got a bunch more footage and some stuff in the archives, and we'll have some fun. So, thank you all for watching. Be sad, everybody. Be safe, and try to get outside if you can. Get some vitamin D. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a human being, IRL. Peace, everybody. I did the wrong thing. There we go. 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 오빤 강남스타일